Hello, Speed Gaming audience. Welcome back to the Metroid Dread tournament. Any percent, all bosses, no major glitches. We have a wonderful show for you today. We have in our restream here Satora, Sabo, Mizumarin, and Arcanox. I hope that you are all well today. Hope that you are having a wonderful Sunday. So let's get into this. Racers are still setting up just a little bit. That is okay. We are all for this. I'm ready. This is the last qualifier before we jump actual 20 and get to see who will be sitting with us. Alright. So how is everybody doing? I hope you are doing well. My name is Such a Wizard. I am the wielder of spells, the master of the arcane, and your commentator for this qualifier round. So Metroid Dread is one of the more difficult Metroid games, in my opinion. I had quite a difficult time playing through it my first time. And just seeing how going from just an average about 13-hour playthrough and people knocking it all the way down to below 90 minutes over the past, since its release, has been a joy to watch. So it looks like everybody, we are counting down now, heading into Metroid Dread. And the very first thing that we have to get past is the loading screen. Good luck to our runners. May your fingers be fast, and the RNG ever in your favor. So how many captures will we have? How many game overs? Who knows? Only time will tell. So Arcanox, first one in the game. And take down the first enemy. Nice clean one. Clean kill there. End up trying to shoot these things called wall blobs, and they explode, opening more parts of the room. The very first trick, which in most other runs is called the pseudo wave, where basically your beam goes through walls even though you don't have wave beam. Though the first one, which is arguably the easier one, is you don't really have to do that one, because in all bosses you have to defeat the tutorial Emmy that will be showing in a little bit, and it's all damaged and broken, and is just there to show you how to defeat the mini bosses, really. So we have Satora, who's the first one into the shaft and taking on the Emmy. And just gotta slide in between his legs and head up to this little ledge up here in order to find a blue brain with an eye. It's kind of gross. And get a hold of what's called the Omega Cannon, which is the only weapon that is capable of killing an Emmy. Not even Samus's plasma beam is able to do it. So, boom. Easy, quick kills. We have Sabo and Arca just having that in-sync kill right there. Mizu just a little bit behind. But that is okay. There's plenty of time left to get through. So the next one, the players have to slide off of the edge right there and shoot the beam through the floor. We have Satora and Arc having gotten through it, Sabo right behind, and Mizu a little bit behind, but that's okay. So those blobs can only need 2 shots. But we have Satora taking on Corpius, a number of them taking on Corpius now. Also known as the Dog Scorpion. First phase is pretty easy. Just shoot the head with missiles, and then we have the invisibility stage, where it activates its Phantom Cloak, which we will see as an item Satora making quick work of Corpius, and the others doing so as well. Sabo about to... Yep, Sabo gets it on the slide kill. Now let's see if Arc is able to do so as well. Mizu is unfortunately suffering a little bit. Falling behind, having trouble with that pseudo wave. So as you just saw with Satora, one thing that we can do with the Phantom Cloak is to slide and go invisible at the same time, or rather just after sliding, and that will speed up the time it takes to get past the little security area. In order to so the doors don't close on you. So yeah, some of the players are talking with Adam, same as his companion. We're just moving right along. What is the history here? There's plenty of history. It's talking about in-game. That I can tell you tons about. As far as our runners, I only know Satora, unfortunately. But I did see Arc and Sabo play some time ago. Looks like Mizu finally was able to get through. So we have Satora taking on the water atom save by using what's called a coyote jump and going invisible and jumping up the slope and just being able to bounce up to the ledge. Both Satora and Sabo were able to get through it just fine. And immediately after that, we have another little trick here where we bounce off of this wall. Satora just boom, instantly. Let's see how Arcanox is able to do it. If you're a little late on the invisible change as well as the coyote jump, you can end up falling down and take a dip into a swimming pool. So we have Sat having grabbed charge beams, Sabo about to grab it. Let's see how Arca is able to get through one little tricks here by bouncing up off this wall, meleeing, and having a tiny bit of trouble there. Able to get it though. Mizu having just defeated Corpius. Congratulations. Well done. And now we have Satora grabbing the very first energy tank of the game. Now, some runners, most runners tend to either pick either 2 or 3 energy tanks to have throughout the game. 3 has that nice little safety net, but some are a little risky, and they will take 2 instead. So Arc just grabbed a hold of Charge Beam with Sabo hot on Satora's heels. And, yeah. So we actually see Corpius in the background there a little bit, even though we've already killed him. Just a little bit of a graphical thing. Some nice environmental delayed reaction. Nothing. Game for like 5 months. Well, Our Media, now's a great time to really get reacquainted. Lots of time has been saved, and plenty of world records have been shattered. So we have Mizu right now taking a bit of a dip, and Satora and Sabo, are messing with what I call the kitty console. I guess the Maka tribe really likes the cat aesthetic, which is that little port that Samus sticks her arm cannon in, looks like a cat. And Mizu, unfortunately, having to take a swim real quick. That is what I meant earlier with having trouble with the water atom save. So we are moving right along. I believe Sat is going to be heading over to take on the white Emmy. And first we have to jump over this little wall here by using just a series of jumps and meleeing at the right time. Sat able to get it on the second try. So leave the room and then immediately go back in, and you're teleported onto the left side, and that also spawns in the Emmy for the first time. And then after that, just head straight to the central unit. Sabo also heading over there. And Misa just grabbed Charge Beam as well. Alright, so let's see how Sat is able to take down the white Emmy. So we get another item here called the Omega Stream, and it basically acts like a minigun and shoots a lot of tiny lasers out at once in order to build up a lot of heat, and this destroys the shield that is on the Emmy's face. So you had Sat go ahead and do a slide underneath, get a nice clean kill there. You have Arc taking on the central unit for the first time. Let's see how Sabo does. Sabo had to go onto the other side of the Emmy, but has a nice good kill. Alright, and they get a hold of the spider magnet, which allows them to grab onto the blue panels that you may have been seeing on a number of the walls. Let's see how Arc is able to do against the Emmy once he is out of the room. Ooh, Mizo having a little trouble with the door. Ends up having to walk, which as you can see is significantly slower. Okay, so Arc is taking on the Emmy on a platform below, which allows a little bit more time to take it down. And is actually, from what I understand, is not that much slower. Okay, so next up is we are headed over to Catarus, which is the lava area, or fire area of the game, if you want to call it. So Satori is headed over to do something called a zip skip, that's what I like to call it, where you set up these little flyer enemies in order to use a damage boost and get over. Satori was able to do so very well, nice and smooth. And he's going to be headed up to Catarus, the first in Catarus. So let's see how Sabo's able to do this. Dog. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, got the third little flyer and was able to hit over. Also known as your run dies here, possible. So we have Arc, who's also headed over. And Mizu giving chase. So how is everybody tonight? I hope you're doing well. Have you watched any of these runners before? If so, go ahead. Chat about them real quick. So Mizu is able to, I believe that was the second attempt to get over that little wall in the middle there. And now running from the Emmy, going to take on the central unit. And while we have Sat and Sabo in, going to be having a chat with Adam real quick, and Arc is now up in Catarus. Or rather, the loading screen to Catarus. I do love Metroid loading screens. I think that they can be some of the most fun that you ever have. It's always something interesting. Either going in it's like only Nintendo can make going into an elevator be something epic. Alright, let's see how Mizu is able to take down the white Emmy, but we also have Sat, who does a little bit of a trick to be able to get up by using some enemies and damage boosting. And next he's going to be taking on what's called the Hell Run. So if you missed it on Sat's side, Sabo is about to take it on right now. Punch one of the enemies up, and ooh, looks like missed it. Looks like he missed it. That's okay. Sat able to break through. Running through that little heated area can be quite dangerous, especially at this early level. And some people end up hitting well below one energy tank, and some have even perished in here. Let's see how Sabo's able to go through. Burning hot. Yep, nice and smooth, nice and clean. Well over one energy tank. Good stuff. Sat, on the other hand, is activating another thermal energy console, and is going to be headed back through the Emmy's lair. We'll jump over, or rather, no, no, he actually got not so great spawning with the Emmy there, but that is okay. He was able to avoid anyway. He's going for a pseudo wave. Did not work out for him, unfortunately. You can do a pseudo wave in order to hit the console, rather the button on the other side. This one just did not work out. So Sat had to go on the intended path. Sabo also having almost met up with an Emmy. And we activate this little lift here so we can get up to bigger and better places. Sabo also had to go into the tunnel, but looks like might have been able to do a different kind of pseudo wave, shooting through the top of the wall in the little tunnel area. So let's see. Arca had a good Emmy spawn with the Emmy going behind him instead of in front. We have Satora taking on Adam's save skip, climbing up this little shaft here. Does it in first try. Need to latch onto the blue wall, jump off, then jump back to the central part, and then while you're hitting the angled part of the wall, melee, in order to build up momentum. You can see on Sabo's side, see how well he does. Again, another first one. Good stuff. And just barely you'll be able to touch the flatter part of the wall and jump over. And we no longer have to talk with Adam. We do not have to do so at all anymore. Miso has entered into Cataris and is going to have the final talk with Adam. Satora and Sabo draining the lava in this one room, and that activates the Adam save skip room, the elevators at least, and just got to pass through. And here is another little trick that's a little bit easier. Looks like Sat was able to avoid the Emmy, which I believe always spawns in that location. I don't ever see the Emmy ever go through that. Was able to just do a couple of little quick hits. We have Ark, who's taking on Adam's save right now. Looks like having some trouble there. Not good. Oh, but got it up. Got up. Good, good, good. And Sabo having completed the return trip through the Adam save room. And Mizu also needing to get punched. Ooh, but I had to take a ride up the elevator. Slow ride. Take it easy. It is all good. Mizu about to take on the Hell Run. Arc trying to use the pseudo wave on that one button, but did not work out, so I had to go and slide under. And now Satora and Sabo are headed up to head to Dairon. This is already an excellent race. I am invested. Mizu did not go for the Hell Run, actually. It looks like went underneath, went down the lower path, and that is okay. So hopefully, oof. Emmy was waiting there just a little bit. Ooh, we have... Ooh, nice. Nice little raid coming on there. Alright, so we have Satora first in Dairon, and Sabo now in the loading screen to Dairon. Hopefully for Mizu, yep, it doesn't look like Emmy spawned in front, so had a nice clear path. So you got to be careful about a lot of the laser saw blade traps that can trip you up just a little bit. If you're not paying attention or you shoot a little too early or possibly too late. That could put you back by a little bit. And not to mention hurt your toes. So fun to think about Dairon is the first time I played this game, like I had a lot of trouble with the melee counters, but for whatever reason, anytime that, when I went into the blackout portions of Dairon, I was able to just like boom, 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 just get counters like crazy. It's possibly due to being able to see just a little bit better. Yeah, I now have Arcanox headed over to Dairon. Sabo entering into the blacked out area, and Satora having activated it, and getting hold of Wide Beam, or Spazer Beam, whichever one you prefer to call it. I like calling it Spazer Beam. And that will give you 3 shots instead of 1, so it could be a little bit more inaccurate, and it adds for some little puzzles and door unlocks. Meanwhile, Mizu, having, I believe that was the second attempt for the Atom save skip, does so very, very nice. And Arcanux arriving in Dyren, and Sabo getting hold of the Spacer Beam. So we now have activated the Speed Emmy for Satora. Mizu activating the button in order to turn on the Atom Save Room elevator. Now, we also have these big blocks that you just saw Sabo and Satora now shoot, and sometimes like those buttons are a little bit finicky. It's kind of odd because sometimes you can hit one even though you're pretty sure you hit all three. One can just not take and waste just a few seconds of precious time. So we have Satora heading back to Cataris. And as you can see with Sabo right there, was supposed to hit all three, only hit and ended up hitting two of them. And we have Arcanux, who has now activated the generator for Dyren, at least this part of it. There's one more to activate, but we won't have that for a little bit. Having a little bit of trouble there with Arc. The one little flyer creature was just batting its wings, giving him some trouble. Now we have Satora head over to, I believe, take on the Morph Ball Emmy, at least the central unit, and then take on Green Emmy. So yeah, now we have the ability to really do what's called Charlies, which is basically charge beam missiles weaved into it in order to deal maximum damage. We have Arc, who's looking a little hairy. I see those red numbers, the red flashy bits. Got a little bit of energy though, so it was okay. Let's see how Satora is able to take down the Green Emmy. Just blasting through right here. We have Sabo also hot on his heels. Alright, Green Emmy down for Satora and gets hold of the Morph Ball. Which is a very fun way to have introduced the Morph Ball. Let's see how Sabo is able to do. Meanwhile, Arc is headed back to Cataris, and Mizu is going to high five while headed over to Dyren. So Sabo right now, just blasting that face shield. Charge, charge, charge. Boom. Alrighty. We have acquired the Morph Ball and able to fit into these smaller little tunnels. So something about the Emmys is that each one seems to gain new powers, new abilities. The ones that are after both Spider Magnet as well as Morph Ball Emmys, they seem to keep those abilities, while the others get a hold of new powers. So Satora is opting to not take the Missile Plus tank. Some people do, but he is choosing not to, and instead it's going to have slightly less missiles. So for when taking on Kraid, which will be coming up pretty soon. So we have Mizu, who is now in Dyren, and Arc now taking on the Green Emmy. Let's see how Arc does. Mizu getting smacked around a little bit by a flyer enemy. Take some revenge on the brother. Giving a swift kick to the face and then blasting it. Alright, let's see. So we have Satora back in Artaria and headed up to get Varia suit. Let's see, Arc do a nice quick, oh yeah, put out of its misery. The robot stood no chance. Let's see, so Mizu's about to grab a hold of Spacer Beam, got it, and Satora now has to activate this one little cat console, and, oh man, committing insurance fraud, just burning down the whole place, committing some arson too. So these little blocks, Satora was able to blast through real quick and nice and easy. Those can be a little bit tough, so you have to hit them both at the same time, and each beam hits individually, but Sat was able to break through them. And gets a hold of the Varya suit as a reward. Now Sabo's about to also take on this little escape sequence. Arkanox following behind, and Mizu still staying strong, running through Dairon. See how Sabo's able to do in this little room. Broke through the 2 blocks, excellent. Meanwhile, Satoru getting through the same room that he just destroyed. Nice and clean. Claim your prize, Sabo. Well done. And because of all those explosions, we have no choice but to head back to Cataris. So something that I really like about this game, and I don't know if this was intentional or not, but the loading screen for teleporting, I always thought that pose of Samus looked exactly like Dark Samus, which I find to be awesome because I really love the Prime games. Those were definitely a lot of fun playing those growing up. So we have Mizu having arrived back in Cataris. And, yeah. Got a race here. So Ark is also heading up to get a hold of the Varya suit. Let's also see how Mizu does with taking on the green enemy, as well as its central computer, its central unit. Using just missiles, not going for the Charlie strat. And Ark running for dear life through a flamethrower gauntlet. Able to break through the blocks, which is nice. But now we have Satoru taking on Kraid, doing some dental work, blasting some cavies out with some missiles. And boom, onto the second phase. Let's see how the wall goes. Alright, single wall jumps does well. Mizu taking down the green Emmy, and Satoru having to face with one backhanded comment from Kraid. But will he get another fist? Hopefully not. No, does not. Only has the one hand. Meanwhile, we have Sabo about to take on Kraid now. So let's see how that goes. So Kraid has a little bit of trouble moving just because he's a bit tied up. Oh, that's alright. So we get a hold of the diffusion beam on Stat's side, which is a very interesting item. It's kind of like, it's nothing like the diffusion missile from Fusion. It doesn't do a screen clear, but instead just kind of penetrates the wall just a little bit. But Sabo had a nice, smooth single wall jumping going on there. It looks like there was only one hand. Got him just before getting punched. Let's see if Mizu is going to take the missile plus tank. I'm not sure if the others did. It looks like Sabo did. I'm not too sure about Ark because I cannot see the HUD. Looks like yes, that is a yes. So Satoru is the only one who is currently lacking in the missile department, but with skills like these, who needs missiles? I don't know. So Satoru is going to be jumping into a heated room pretty soon, which has a nice big lava pool. Jumping through and rolling through the top. If you end up falling once, you might be able to recover, but if you fall at the end of this path here, it spells certain doom, because you just will not have enough time to get back and have a second try. Arkanox about to take on Kraid here. See how well this goes. And Mizu is headed over to get the Varya suit. Last blast. The very first phase of Kraid is not too difficult. Able to get to the second one. Let's see. Going to shoot the belly instead of going for the wall, the single wall jump. Maybe Kraid's RNG will be a little bit favorable. No, it's got through the weak point. And we have Satoru in Artaria now, headed over to get the grapple beam. Sabo also headed over to up to Artaria through the elevator. Mizu escaping from The escape sequence. Arc getting the backhanded comment. Ooh, and enters into the cinematic. That might end up dropping a little bit in time. But it does look really cool. Yeah, it looks like it was brought Kraid down to 0 HP. So it was possible that there was some time loss there. Well, that's okay. The diffusion beam still awaits. So Sat got hold of the grapple beam, which is my personal favorite item in, not really so much the game, but in Metroid just in general, being able to swing from various walls. And they made, Mercury Stream, they made this movement just absolutely wonderful. And having plenty of puzzles with pulling open doors, breaking through blocks, swinging from points, as well as using the spider magnet panels in order to zip around. Moving like Spider-Man. So Satori has to make a return trip here now, which again, so you end up dropping on the first one. It's pretty nasty, but on the second one you may be able to escape. Ended up taking a little dip into the lava there, but that's okay. We all need a little lava sauna every now and then. Having a little bit of bad RNG, having to go invisible for a second, but it looks like Sat was able to keep his speed going, able to keep moving. Arc about to go through the lava room. See how well that goes. Yep, on the first jump, well done. One slide. Need to reset a little bit there, but made it on the second attempt. So now for Satora, we are now activating the second power generator. Mizu headed over to take on Kraid. Sabo clearing the return trip through the lava room. We gotta race. We gotta race, people. We're 30 minutes in. We're going to be approaching the halfway point now. And Satora, following the blue butterflies, gets a hold of the bombs. Let's see how Mizu is able to do. Sabo having to go invisible as well. You're going to be getting caught by the Phantom, or rather the Emmy. Using Phantom Cloak, that is. Mizu shooting some beams, having a few misses, unfortunately. Need to replenish some supplies through some nails. And for Satora, say hello and goodbye to this experiment Z57. Definitely will not come up later. Absolutely not. And Mizu also using the belly button, shooting Kraid in the weak point, and then is going to take on the face. Let's hope that there are no backhanded comments from Kraid. Looks like it's just claws so far. And Satora in a little location I like to call the aquarium. Looks like Kraid was going with a slow punch there. Sabo having acquired the bombs, and Mizu making quick, clean work from Kraid. And Satora heading to my personal favorite area of the game, Borenia. It's called foreshadowing. Shh! Avermedia, don't give away the secret. Mizu claiming the diffusion beam as a prize, and Sabo passing by Z57. Arc about to take the return trip through the lava room. Now, one of the best locations for movement is indeed Borenia, with tons of blue panels to go around and just some really fun stuff. You get a hold of the item called Flash Shift, which gives us... It gives us you. Alright. Enough of that character. It gives you 3 dashes in total. And, that definitely helps out. Let's see. Dipping the toes into the water, but that's not bad. We have music arriving back in Dyron. And we'll see how well Satora does with the coming up little trick with going through back door to get to Flash Shift. You gotta do Morph Ball Bomb juggles, Juggling. Ooh, fell once. Mizu clearing the lava room very easily. Cool, second one. And did not close the door on the way in. You do not want to close it on the way in. You just want to do so on the way out. You actually don't want to close it at all. But if there was an ideal time, right there, as Sat just did, was the best time. While it's not an obstacle. So the room Sabo is in takes quite a little bit of time to get through the first time around, but later on, you can zip zap, slide away. So Satora is doing pseudo wave to break through some of the wall blobs. You have Ark having grabbed the bombs, using a little bit of a trick. Alright, gets them both very, very quickly. Well done. And Sabo will be taking on the flash shift door as well. And Mizu headed over to grab hold of the grapple beam, and Ark passing Z57. See how Sabo's doing. Able to get through. Looked like it was good. Door did not shut. Ark clinging onto walls just a little bit. And yeah, heading through this other little aquarium room down here. I call those aquarium rooms just because it looks like something that some kind of fish museum had a little bit too much of budget, and they're like, well, I guess we'll spend it on decoration. These are having a little trouble with the slug enemy, climbing up the wall there. Sabo also using pseudos to blast through the wall blobs. Makes quick work of those. That is really cool. Satora avoiding the Emmy and headed over to take on the central unit. Almost each time that our players take on the central unit, they get just a little bit closer to doing a very rapid kill. Let us see how Satora takes on who I call Sadako, looking like the girl from The Ring crawling on the ceiling, the way that it does. Alright, let's see. Mizu having a little trouble with the lava room. Looks like headed back though. I saw that there was a bit of hesitation with the morph ball. Satora making quick work of the quick Emmy. Mizu getting rammed right there by one of those charging enemies. Good. And we have Sabo now taking on the yellow enemy who has speed booster. And now we're going to see some sparks fly and Samus-shaped holes and a lot of walls. Well, Ravenbeak, I hope you're insured. Sabo getting shot up just a little bit. Take down. Let's see, Satora is running through this little path here. Really nice, easy. You want to go into ball form just right there, going up that shaft, because otherwise you will activate a cutscene, and I'll slow you down just a little bit as it goes through the whole charge. Sabo shooting like crazy. Ark getting hold of flash shift. Boom. Now it's a speed run. Yes, absolutely. Now it's a speed run. When you got speed, the need for speed. Now let's see how Ark is able to break through one of the water rooms, whether going pseudo or just taking a more safe route. Nope, going through for pseudo here. And Misa getting hold of bombs. Everybody's doing well so far. Excellent. Some would say superb. Satora entering into a new area called Ferenia, which I'm not sure. Is this supposed to be some kind of prayer temple or something? To some kind of Chozo god? I'm not too sure. But Satora has to take on a robot over here by doing a speed booster little thing, but it looks like the robot cut him off with just a little bit, and entering into the danger zone. No more health here, Ooh, and not getting the speed boost. Oh, but got it on the next run. Whew. Entering into the danger zone with having red flashing lights. Nobody wants to see that. Sabo following right behind. Ooh. Yeah, ended up missing, jumped a little too high, and Morph Ball ended up sliding over. But hey, we got several loading screens going now, except for Arc. Having just arrived off the train to take on Speed Emmy. Bouncing through the water like a basketball. Let's see how Sabo does against the Iron Robot. A little bit of trouble with getting up the wall there. That's Satora running through. We also have Arc, who's also taking on the Speed Emmy here. Let's see how Sabo does. Able to get the first speed boost, yes. Get the second one. Ooh, got tagged by one of the beans. Run, 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 and blast back. Excellent. And Arc is about to take on the yellow Emmy. While Satora is headed off to Orenia. Arc letting Sadako getting a little bit too close. That's okay. One quick blast, put it down for good. But Mizu's going to be getting flash shift here in just a little bit. Going through the back door with Morph Ball Bomb juggling. See how well it goes. It dropped once. A little low, but keep it up in the air. Alright, well done. But shut the door on the way in, so that will unfortunately cost a few seconds while the door resets. So as we see with Satora able to thread the needle there, yes, Morph Ball into the tunnel, got the second one, cut off right there. And Arc also doing a run through, as we saw in one of the areas earlier, pretty much a tutorial section to show you just how awesome Speed Boost is in this game. Yeah, so Satori set it over to take on the Clam boss, which is one of the slowest bosses in the game. Ooh, almost sliding off of the wall there, clipping onto the slope. And Mizu taking a easier route, and let's see if Satori is able to do a one phase with the Clam here. Hopefully do so. Now, from what I understand, it's just you got to bounce Samus off of the lower lip there a few times, and that kind of delays this melee attack. See if Satori was able to get it. Yes, one phase, one and done. Almost fell into the drink there in that one room. Let's see, it goes. No. Easy. That shaft can give people a little bit of trouble. And Sabo also heading over to take on. Let's see. Oh, was not able to thread the needle well enough to keep the speed boost on the Morph Ball, and wasn't able to get it again. Slowing down just a little bit. Arc taking on the robot. Let's see how well this goes. Having to do a run, having to lure the robot up to the upper ledge. Just gives you a little bit of extra time, a little safety net. And Satora heading into Gavarin, the jungle area of the game. Easily up the wall. And Sabo going to be taking on the Clam boss. Meanwhile, we have the gold robot this time in Satora. And Mizu is headed over to take on the Emmy. Satora, if I can hear it, like getting a little low on health, but was able to take it down. Let's see how Sabo does against the Clam boss. And able to get the one phase. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And smack. Alright, good. Good stuff. Well done. Alright, Mizu taking on the yellow Emmy. And Sabo getting through that little shaft there. Really easy. Satori grabbing super missiles. Uh-oh, Mizu having a little trouble. Not able to keep contact. Having to drop down to a lower area. Looks like, unfortunately, the shield had cooled off. So hopefully, this will now put it out of its misery. Good. No more speed, Emmy. Alright, let's see. Where is everybody? These are having a very interesting camera going on there. Speed booster acquired. So you have Satora heading into X headquarters down in a place called Elon, and this is the only way to get there is by train. And Sabo taking on the gold robot right now. I love Mizu's sense of humor, though. That would be something I would do. But, ooh, smashed right into the wall. Was not able to get up some of the stairs. And could not keep speed, but that's okay. There's another nice little long section to get a nice running start. Sabo having gotten done with the gold robot. And now let us see. Now we are in not so fun places. Satora will now run ZDR from within, deep within. Now let's see, Arc. Arc was able to thread the needle there, and it's able to keep speed. Oh, no, didn't go all the way, but was able to go enough. And we have Satora grabbing a hold of Plasma Beam. And I believe Sabo now has super missiles. Yes, it's indeed DDO. And Arc are going to go ahead and take on the clan boss. Satora going to grab the red X from this guy because he's looking a little low. And take on the X Chozo Warrior. And, oh yeah, making quick work. Just blasting with beams. We have Arc taking on the clan boss. Getting smacked around a little bit. Tora, parry, disarm, takedown. Mizu dropping onto the door panel, unfortunately having to be blocked. And we have another robot boss going on with Mizu here. Arc bouncing off the bottom lip of the shell. Comes the swing. Able to take it down, no problem. Excellent. Mizu luring the robot up to the upper ledge. Already saw one speed boost. Boom. Stuff. Well done, Mizu. Arc taking a little bit of time. I'm taking the time to go up the shaft here. And Mizu having trouble with the grapple beam. So Sabo is now headed over to grab the plasma beam, I believe, and then will be taking on the X Chozo Warrior, the gray one at least. There are two others that will show up in this game. Let's see if Satora can avoid the Ice Emmy. Does so. Hopefully all the way. Yes. Alright. Should be in the clear now. And now entered into the worst room in the game! As many runs have been just absolutely destroyed because of that one bug and these regenerating wall platforms, but Sat was able to do it. But, oh, meets up with the Emmy. Got froze just a little bit. Sabo taking on the second phase. We have Arc who's taking on a gold robot. So we're about to fight off, or have a showdown with the Ice Emmy. Sabo taking down the X Chozo Warrior. Arc taking down the gold robot. Mizu having a good old time. Let's see if Satoru was able to take it down. I believe able to open the door. I don't know, tricks going on here. Blasted. Excellent. Good clean kill from Satoru. It was a bad day for racers. 3 p.m. was a tragedy. I did see that. That was not fun. But hey, that's not here. We're having an excellent race here. We're doing amazing stuff. The past is the past, and the future is now. Super missiles for Arcanox. Miniature nukes. Able to do 3 times damage. Sabo arriving in Gavarin. Mizu arriving in Berenia. And Satora having a nice vacation, I guess. Easy run. Quick grapple up. Ice missiles break through the fire mushrooms. And Mizu, having to jump about like 4 times, it looked like, just to get through that morph ball tunnel there. I was not able to thread the needle, but that is okay. So Satora is going to be getting a hold of the Spin Boost item, which is the only item that activates another X-Chozo warrior. It's basically like, this is his secret item. He wanted this, he kept it for himself. And then Samus took it, and he got angy. He got real angy. Looks like Sabo did not end up meeting with the Ice Emmy, which is good, and made quick work of the central unit. So Sabo Satora, having kept Speed Booster there, boosted right up into it, knocked it off the wall. We have Mizu, who is headed over to take on the Clam. And we have Sabo shooting down the Ice Emmy. Satora make quick work of the X-Chosen warriors. Sabo also, boom. We got bosses all over the place. It's a boss bonanza. Let's see how Mizu does against the Clam boss here. Able to get both buttons. Let's see. It will be a 1 phase. No, we do not have the 1 phase on Misu's side, so we'll have to go through a 2nd phase and be attacked with other tentacles. Just taking a few stabs. Ooh, single digits danger zone here. Hopefully. Not taking too many chances here. Smacked. Gets that extra bit of energy. Able to... No, it goes on. The fight goes on with Mizu. Arc about to is taking on now. The X-Chozo warrior. Ooh. Hang in there, Mizu. You got this. Keep it up. Ooh. Red health. Meanwhile, Satora is going to be taking on one of my favorite little speed runs here. Run up some of these slopes. One of my favorite shortcuts. Mizu taking down, and at the same time, Arc taking down their respective bosses, the Clam and the X-Chosen warrior. Satora hadn't gone through some of that. Hopefully, the trollfish swarm there doesn't make any kind of fuss. Sabo taking on another X-Chosen warrior. Mizu having a lot of trouble getting up the shaft. Hopefully, able to avoid. Yes, right before tragedy struck. And Sabo disarming the X-Chosen warrior. Satora getting a hold of the gravity suit, now can enter into icy areas, move through water and lava freely, as well as no more damage from that, as well as increased defenses and a better melee attack. Lots of stuff comes with the gravity suit, and my god, does it look awesome. So we have Sabo speed boosting across through the water, and headed into the green teleporter. We have Mizu entering into Gavarin. Mizu is still not looking too good, but is going to recharge, replenish. That is a good move. I would have taken the same route there. No way am I going to be sitting there with 5 health. So Sasori right now is in Frozen Artaria. So in the game story, the X are actively trying to take down Samus, and by doing so, they decide to turn off and take over the thermal energy power generator that is warming and heat and keeping the planet warm. So Samus has to go and stop that. So we got a whole bunch of things happening. We have a red Chosen Warrior with Satora, which is a little bit stronger, and I believe has a shield, but again, makes quick work. I believe kept the speed booster. We have Arcanauts taking on the blue Emmy right now, the ice Emmy. Sabo using speed boost to go up and down a few slopes and get to the gravity suit. Excellent, good kill for Arc. Let's hopefully Sabo, the school of trollfish, don't bother. Yes, don't bother. No bothering. We just tell them to go away. And Mizu with the super missiles, having just claimed them. And Sabo about to... got tagged once by the trollfish, but that's okay. Cutting right through him with a charged jump attack. Satora just speeding on along. Got smacked off the wall just a little bit. I would fall down on a platform. That's okay. Let's see. What is everybody up to? Arcanauts having a little bit of trouble, I see. Getting smacked by some enemies. Ooh. Also doing this thing, Arcanauts right now is doing this thing where it's basically you end up teleporting by jumping and morphing into a ball at that ledge. I'm not too sure how it works myself. That is done while getting a hold of Spin Boost, I believe. And basically, once you unmorph, you will teleport back to that ledge. It's really cool. How some of these people discover this is beyond me. Arcanauts is going to be taking on the red X Chozo Warrior. Actually, not the red one, but the... no, Sabo's taking on the red X Chozo Warrior, and Arc is taking on the gray one. I'm all over the place. I'm having fun. I'm into it. Satora taking on Z57, the best boss in the game, which is no argument. You do not get a say in that. You definitely can. Lots of bosses. Satora, almost bit the dust there, but managed to survive. Take down the hands. And now we've got the breath weapon spinning around like crazy, like a madman. And we have both Sabo and Arcanauts having taken down their respective X-Chozo Warriors. So you have Satora getting a speed boost here, and that instantly kills Z57. What do you know? The foreshadowing. It was true. And Mizu about to take on the very first X-Chozo Warrior after getting Plasma Beam. Satora jumping through, around. Nice and easy. Sliding through the lava. So we have Sabo also headed up to take on Z57. See how Mizu got the parry, got the disarm, and the kill. Take a drinky. Stay hydrated, people. Who'd have ever guessed that Z57 would have been a boss? Arcanauts bombing through to get to the slope run. And, ooh. But does not keep the speed, does not go in the Shine Spark, unfortunately, so it has to turn back and run. Story about to pick up Screw Attack real quick. Yes! Now our spin jumping, or somersaulting, will deal some damage. Also, Arcanoc's taking the Missile Plus tank, maybe for a little extra security. Hopefully the Trollfish don't get him. Don't get... No! No, Trollfish. Okay. Good boys and girls. No Trollfish. Sabo headed over using... about to take on the Z57. Arc going to grab the gravity suit, and we have Mizu avoiding detection from the ice Emmy. Looks like it spawned pretty decently far away. We got Sabo's got some bad RNG here with the slashes. Not good. I'll drop a little bit of time because only while it's using its breath weapon is Z57 vulnerable. And Satora is about to take on 2 Chozo robots at once. Let's see. Oh, Mizu, having met with the Emmy, but used this Phantom Cloak preemptively in order to counter the ice vision. So that is a good little defense. Alright, 1 robot down on Sat's side. Sabo doing the run. Sat destroys the robots. Mizu about to get a hold of Omega Beam. Take on Blue Emmy. Blast open the door. See how this goes. Zipped up to the ceiling. Crawl around. Ooh, having a little trouble with aiming here. Blasting. Hopefully, taking a little bit of a blind shot here. Ooh, misses. Has to evade. So charging up. Hopefully, got 1 charge. Oh, got caught. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, and it's... Mizu is down. Arc taking on a red Chozo, ex-Chozo warrior. Mizu will have to fight again. But Satora is taking on Golzuna, arguably the worst boss in the game. A bit of a troll. It looks like Ice Emmy... Ooh, Satora making quick work of Golzuna. Ice Emmy was coming up the other way this time for Mizu. Ice Emmy is not being kind. But let's see, we got Satora with the cross bombs, or what I like to call sometimes the demon or devil bombs, because they are devilish little buggers. They choose when they want to work. It can be pretty difficult. The room that's immediately after, which kind of shows you as a tutorial on how you can use it, also can give a little bit of trouble for players. They end up falling through the flooring at times, and that's just not good. We have Arc in Frozen Artaria right now, headed up to Frozen Cataris, going to take on Z57. We are at 1 hour, so that means we are headed to the final little stretch of this race here. It's been exciting so far. And I hope you're just as excited as I am. This has been a lot of fun. These are having trouble with one of those big old monsters. But I was able to get around anyway. Arc hopping up the shaft here. Sabo about to take on the double Chozo robots. Let's see how well this goes. These guys, they tend to line up pretty good, which is nice for Plasma Beam since it goes through enemies. But it was just one that seemed to be interested in Sabo. So the other one had to be taken on just a little bit more on its own. Mizu going to collect Spin Boost, and hopefully the Morph Ball Warp, the Ledge Warp I believe is what it's called, will work here. And we have Satora back in Ferenia, heading over to take on another little boss. Yeah, things are happening. Mizu taking on another ex-Chozo warrior. Ooh, but does not get the speed boost, the Shine Spark. And Satora getting caught by the Wave Emmy, or at least, entering into its vision. But there was plenty of time in between, and was able to get out. Arc taking on Z57. He gets good RNG on the first attack with a breath weapon. No slashes, no slashes. Ooh, Satora once again getting caught by Emmy in the vision, but looks like detection was avoided. And Mizu making quick work, despite the hiccup a little bit. We got bosses everywhere again. This just happened. Sabo taking on Golzuna. Let's see how Arc is able to do with the charge beam. And Satora taking on SQ. Arc in the run. Sabo misses with the speed boost, the Shine Spark, but gets it on the second one. Satora looked like got a really good bounce going. He was able to just drop on the head of SQ. And Arc, bam, with a nice good hit. Let's see how Sabo is able to get out of this room here for the cross bombs. Hopefully. Alright, we got the first one good. Second one's good. And that third one, of course, basically is free, but sometimes you may not be bounced up with the bombs. But in this case, in Sabo's case at least, it does work. So Satora got a hold of storm missiles, able to shoot a series of 15 missiles, or up to 15 missiles, 3 at one single enemy or target. And those can kind of scam you out a little bit, just in case. Just like right there, Satora had a bit of a scam there. The missile just did not connect with the button, and thus did not activate. Do is head over to get Gravity Suit Satora taking on 2 of the Chozo robots, which stood in a line this time around and didn't bounce around too much. And Mizu running up the slopes. Ooh, having to... Oh, managed to save it there. Almost slipped into the drink. Or not getting scammed this time with the Seeker missiles. And Arcanoc's grabbing a hold of the screw attack. Next, Satora is headed to take on the Wave enemy. The Wave Emmy. There we go. Very quick work with this central unit because basically you have speed booster, you have plenty of room to hit it, and screw attack cuts right through the brain. No problem. Mizu getting a hold of Gravity Suit. And let's see how Satora is able to do. All focus on Satora. Because this can be a very, very tense fight. Because you have very little room for error. But with Satora, I have no doubt. So, I believe the Purple Emmy has the highest amount of HP in terms of the face mask, and you can only miss maybe 4 of those little streams. Got the shield broken, charging, blasted. Easy. Easy and cheesy. Claim your reward, Satora, the Wave Beam. So you have Arc taking on the 2 Chozo robots. Stunned one of them, the other one taking a low road, going behind to flank. Unfortunately, not having too many hits for the Plasma Beam. Meanwhile, we have Sabo taking on SQ. Hopefully is going to be able to get a good bounce going. Sabo does have a good bounce. Alright. Got only 1 hit on the screw. Oh no, got 2, looks like. So, yeah. And Arc also taking down the robot, having both of them separate. It's just not... It's not good. It's not fun. Not fun for the whole family. Who approved this? Oh, wait. So we have Mizu now taking on the red X Chozo Warrior. Let's see how well this goes. Taking a couple stabs at. Mizu jumps up. Looks like, yep. Ooh, got hit with a breath weapon there. Second one. Ooh, okay. Got into the parry. And the disarm. Well done, Mizu. So now we are in Hanubia on Sat screen here, and about Sabo we have a couple of robots once again fighting, and we have Ark headed over to take on Golzuna. Let's see how Ark does against Golzuna here real quick, while Satora takes on another red X-Chozo Warrior. After getting stunned with a power bomb, it looks like. Looks like Ark had to fight the second phase, or the second form of Golzuna, instead of having a speed boost to cut right through. And Satora making the red X-Chozo Warrior kiss the floor and drains it of its energy. Ark also having to take on Golzuna, shooting the bombs, and Sabo now heading up to destroy the unit, the central unit here. Mizu having a little trouble getting up into this one of the first rooms in the game. Ark claiming cross bombs. Mizu was able to get up and having to utilize morph ball bombs and looking a little low on health. Hopefully able to get some yellow X, or at the very least a little bit of energy. Ooh, Mizu takes another death. Oh, got spat on, hit on the foot. And so let's check out Sabo, who is taking on the Wave Emmy. Hopefully this goes smoothly. Oh, I feel bad for Mizu, who once again entered into the danger zone with low health. Sabo having to jump over the Emmy this time around. Stand in the ground. That does get a blast off. Mizu down again. Oh, you hate to see it, folks. You really hate to see it. As they say in the game of Metroid, you either win or you don't win. But everybody wins. Alright, so we have Satora taking on the gold Chozo, X-Chozo Warrior, who has a shield that can be grappled after a parry. One of the tougher ones out there. He usually take another down, unfortunately. And let's see, Sat with a parry, and disarm, good to go. Ark trying to slide into the grapple block in order to grapple onto it from the other side. Does so after a little bit of trouble. That's okay. Mizu not taking any chances, just taking it easy, going, taking shots wherever possible in order to avoid taking any extra damage. Breakthrough. We have Sat headed up to Iterash. Mizu, oh man, another one. Alright, so Satora is about to take on the man himself, Ravenbeak. So, the puppet master behind the puppet. Ooh, get that red X. Alright, got the red X for Mizu. Have a little extra wiggle room now. Sabo about to take on the next red X-Chozo, or is taking it on right now. Ark avoiding contact with the Wave Emmy. Let's see how Satora does. Will he be able to get through Gold Skip? Let's see. Blast through. And mashing them buttons. Alright, got through Gold Skip. We don't have to deal with Ravenbeak's Gold Aura. And Sabo taking down the red X Warrior. And we have Satora using a series of smooth moves to avoid getting shot down by Ravenbeak, but we have Arcanox also taking on Eskew now. And onto the third phase with Satora. Arc was not able to keep the bounce going, but is in the X-Core phase. We got a Sun from Satora's Ravenbeak here. Sable claiming power bombs. Arc claiming storm missiles. Let's see if we can get around. Ooh, Ravenbeak about to drop a pyramid scheme, but does not. Instead, is shot down enough by Satora, and we are now in the Kradenbeak, which is just mostly done for cinematic purposes. But there is the escape sequence that is immediately after. Let's see, Arc not getting scammed there by the storm missiles, able to open the door just fine. Still has to avoid contact with Wave Emmy though. And we have Sabo now taking on the Gold Chozo Warrior. Arc taking a little bit of time to kill one of the enemies, but or enemies, not Emmys. Satora now beginning his escape sequence. Arc taking on the two Chozo robots. And the Gold Warrior down into the parry stage. Boom, boom. Sable claims victory once again on the X-Warriors. Nothing can stop Samus. Satora threading the needle there. Using the cross bombs to get up that shaft. Power bomb to blow open the path. Just cutting on through. And we have Sabo heading up to Itarash in order to take on Ravenbeak next. And Mizu is, I believe, going for Z57 now in the Frozen Catarus. Well behind, but hey, we are right behind as well. Cheering on. We still cheer on those. Mizu has slashes, unfortunately. But we have Satora blasting through some doors. Let's see, able to speed keep up here. Does speed keep. Bouncing, bouncing. Oh no, not being able to get up fast enough, unfortunately, so we'll not have Shine Spark to escape with. We have Arc taking on Wave Emmy. Mizu is entering into, looks like another sort of phase of Breath Weapon. And GG's on Satora with a 115.40. Well done, Satora. Woo! We have tons of bosses going on here. Let's see how Sabo does against Ravenbeak. Will Sabo go through Gold Skip just fine? Yes, does so. Excellent. Arc had opting to do a different kind of strat with Wave Emmy here to shoot through the Morph Ball vent instead. And we have Mizu who's running for dear life, trying to avoid the waves. And Sabo blasting. We have Mizu having killed Z57. Arc breaking the face mask. Takes down Emmy. Sabo in third phase of Ravenbeak. Gets slashed at just a little bit. Has a pyramid scheme go on. Hopefully. Now we're getting the sun from Ravenbeak on Sabo's side. Blasted. Alright. Oh, the power bomb is the only thing that actually takes down the sun, unfortunately. When I first played this, I thought that the power bomb would be able to break through his gold cloak, but it did not happen here. But Sabo is able to take down Ravenbeak after a couple of parried slaps. Woo! And now takes on Kradenbeak. A form, a mix of Kraid and Ravenbeak. Look at that face. Look at that face. It's so cute. It's so cute, you just want to shoot it. Honest opinion, Speed Boost sucks, absolutely. I found it to be a big waste of an item. Sabo taken down, finishing off Crate and Beak, and now beginning this the escape sequence. Woo! Yeah, speed boost up here. We do not have space jump, so we can't jump up to that location. Mizu grabbing and claiming screw attack. See how Sabo does with the escape here. And if you'd like to check out Arc, also going to be taking on the next red X-Chosen Warrior after getting blasted with a power bomb. Just cutting right through those blocks. Let's see, we have second phase on Arc, hopefully using the storm missiles to get a few extra hits in. And hit with a breath weapon just a little bit. Now having to take some evasive maneuvers. Ooh, almost biting some dust there. But enters into the parry, takes down red X-Chosen Warrior. We have Sabo about to walk out the front door here. And Mizu entering into Berenia. Let's see, Sabo was able to keep the speed booster all the way to the top and runs right out. GG's for Sabo, ending with a 119.17. Excellent job. That was fun. Alright, Arc claiming power bomb. And, yeah. Mizu going back into the gravity suit room for some reason. That was odd. Looks like trying to get a hold of a speed booster there. Two more of our runners here. Arc needing some power bombs from the robots on the wall. So yeah, let me go ahead and switch over to Arc, I mean. Oopsie. Let's switch over to Arc's audio here real quick. Why is Arc's time not running? I am not too sure. I don't believe it was here this entire time. But Mizu is about to take on two Chosen robots, but we have Arc taking on the gold X-Chosen Warrior. Cut through this. Breaking some new ground here. Mizu having gotten a pretty lucky lineup there with two Chosen robots. Arc is in second phase. Hopefully, got some energy there for Mizu. And the escape. Claiming victory. Trying to shoot down the gold Chosen Warrior. Finally does so. Parry, disarm. Good stuff. So now we have Arc headed up to Iterash now. By the way, I have a question. Like, what animation do you like better when it comes to Samus taking down the X-Chosen Warrior? Do you like the split open the mouth and shooting down the monster's throat, or do you like slamming its head into the ground and draining it of its energy? Mizu about to take on Golzuna here. Arcanox arriving in Iterash. Let's see how Mizu is able to do. Was not able to get the second phase, but was able, or rather second form, but did get it on a second run. Blasting it back, hopefully able to. Oh, strangely enough, is pausing. I'm just going to assume that that's a controller issue there. Maybe we'll get... Or maybe... Okay, that looks like it might be an actual strat. But whatever is trying to be done is not working out. Instead, we have the bombs going off, but we have Arc taking on Ravenbeak, starting off with a black hole attack. And see if Speedkeeper will be able to be done. Mizu taking down Golzuna, claiming cross bombs. Arc, will you be able to get the gold? Get the gold skip. Many people say drain. They like the drain animation. I have to agree. And these ooh, having to fall through the floor there. Oh, fell through a second time. Now have to reclimb back up through the cross bombs room. Arc in second phase. Hopefully dropping down into what's called the Scarlett Johansson pose by some people. By just doing a running melee attack, and just somehow Ravenbeak just cannot shoot you while you're in that pose. Now we're in the cinematic now with Arc and Ravenbeak, which is just so amazing. It is it's okay to have an early time if you enter into third phase and you get an opportunity to do that early on. That is alright, but do that a little too late, and you could end up dropping Raven to 0 HP before you even know it, and you'll have to wait for the whole cinematic to end. So boom, ooh, enter into it. Like I was saying before, I believe that this may end up going to the end phase. And it does. Slap. No slap. Ravenbeak's ultimate attack. Mizu heading into the elevator to head down to Ferenia. And we have Arcanox now taking on Kradenbeak. Stay hydrated, people. If you haven't drank anything, take a drink. Arc begins the escape sequence. Having to use Speed Booster to jump up. To run through a little frosty zone. Headed over to SQ. Let's see how Arc is able to do on the escape. Blasting through everything. You get a hold of the Hyper Beam at this point, which is a constantly blasting beam. Nice and wide, so you cover a huge area. And pretty much you are invincible to damage. You just instantly kill enemies, and as you can see with the X-Parasites, the Hyper Beam actually destroys them entirely, as well as being absorbed by Samus. Mizu is avoiding the wave enemy's sight. Arc kicking over those crumble blocks and using Morph Ball instead of jumping a couple times in order to avoid a cinematic to escape there. Let's see, will Arc be able to keep speed going? Able to keep it, and uses it at that one little vertical shaft there. Mizu taking on the next enemy, which Arcanox finishes with what I saw, I believe was a 126.54, so GG's for Arcanox. Oh man, that was fun. Still going here, however, we still have Mizu. Switch over from Mizu, having just gotten storm missiles. Don't worry, Mizu, we are here for you. We are still behind you. We are still with you. In mind, body, and spirit. Beam so strong it vaporizes everything. Pretty much, that is what the Hyper Beam does. Let's Let's see, hopefully it doesn't get scammed by sword missiles. No scam this time, which is nice. But there are more buttons to press. Gotta avoid the enemy's gaze there for a second. Oh, didn't get the last one, did not target. That is okay. So, we have Mizu now taking on the two Chozo robots. Getting slapped around just a little bit, but nice little diagonal lineup. Hopefully that'll be enough. Took down the iron one, now take down the gold one. And, ooh, almost getting punched there, but cut right through with a nice screw attack. Coming up on the 130 mark here. That is all good. I'm here for every little bit. Now let's see. Hopefully we don't have too much of a tricky... Boom. Alright, got them all. Nice. I just gotta avoid the purple enemy's gaze one last time. As Mizu heads over to take on the central unit for the wave Emmy. Getting a little bit closer though. Hopefully, able to jump up. Alright, good, excellent. I was able to escape before anything too bad happened. Make quick work of the central unit. Like I said, just almost every time that you visit one of these things, it just gets that little bit faster. Now, lower the water. No, okay, that's how you stop the water. I always wondered how you stop the water and go into a deep sea Emmy fight here. I don't believe it does anything, but it is cool to see. It's funny. If you'd like to follow any of our runners, you can go ahead and do so. My mobile keyboard doesn't want to work, apparently. So just !R to check them all out. Check out stores, Sailor Mizu, Marin Rin, and Arcanox. Wonderful runners. It's a lot of fun. Mizu taking down Wave Emmy. And also, you have me as commentator. Claim your prize, Mizu. This has been a lot of fun. I'm really happy to have been here to commentate this, because this is, I don't really normally jump into these things, but this time around I thought, you know what, why not? Did the first time with Grub, and last time I was alone. This time I was alone as well, but hey, I think it went excellent. I hope it did, at least. I hope you guys are enjoying as well. Arcnex's results coming up on screen if you want to see some statistics. You know, just in case you're like a nerd like me. Clear time 1:44:38 in game. Now we're back in Anubia with Mizu, about to head over to take on the Red Chozo Warrior. Red X Chozo Warrior, that is. And there he is. There he goes. I'm not sure, like, who else was shocked when they got to this part first and was just absolutely obliterated by the Emmy, only to fight this guy. That one caught me off guard. I was like, okay, well done, Nintendo. Into the second phase. Slicing right through with the beam and plasma. Got the parry and the disarm. And there's that beautiful draining animation. Just that fist closing alone makes it feel powerful. If you're enjoying speed gaming, there are other things going on right now, such as a Super Metroid randomizer. And other such games. I believe there's also a Super Metroid tournament going on, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, follow the other channels. Enjoy yourself. It's a great channel, great communities. Lots of fun to be at here. If you enjoy speedrunning as well as randomizers, go ahead. Consider following any of the speed gaming channels. Now we're having a bit of a power bomb issue here, but using cross bombs to get up. We'll have to use just regular bombs, hopefully breaking through. Looks like there are some in there. Yes, there are. There's some power bombs, so it wasn't that bad. And just need one more to break through this little tunnel. Not being able to get the speed boost chance perk. That's okay. Able to get it after a couple attempts. Mizu finishing off strong. Well, just some applause, just from Mizu alone. Sticking with it, finishing out the run. And now taking on the gold X-Chosen Warrior. Blasting through using the storm missiles and charging up a few targets. Avoiding breath weapon, hopefully. Ooh, getting hit once. Getting hit twice. Ooh, it's 7 health, but hopefully, yep, able to parry and reclaim all that wonderful energy. Yeah, this is going to be heading up to Itarash, and I will be right back. So, just give me a quick moment, please. Coming back just in time for Gold Skip, but unfortunately it looks like Mizu was not able to get through the entire Gold Skip, and now has to face off with a Ravenbeak who is immune to damage. Boom. Smack him around a little bit. And now we enter into this little phase here. Cinematic I didn't know was possible in the very first phase. We'll go on to the second phase, the flying phase, and using that wonderful pose to avoid getting shot with the beam burst attack. And sliding under Ravenbeak in order to avoid the big laser. Using a combination of beams, missiles, and cross bombs to deliver as much damage as possible. No missiles being weaved in, which that is okay. More cross bombs coming in. And we are out into the third phase. Looks like getting a bit of a sun here. And speed boosted. Now when's that power going to arrive? When you can just shine spark at any point in time? I'd like that power up, Nintendo, please. Can we have that? I mean, flash shift is nice, but shine spark anytime. Does not go into the cinematic there, which was very wise, apparently, because that was near the end of the fight. Able to smack back at Ravenbeak and enter into Kradenbeak's stage. And we'll be starting up the escape sequence. So chat, what were some of your favorite moments of this run? Go ahead. Lay them on me. And boom, Kradenbeak down, and Mizu starts the escape. Watching a spaceless jump escape was pretty rad. It is. It is very impressive what our runners are able to do. Our runners have definitely come so far since the release of this game, finding so many different ways to get around some of the issues, and finding out that there are a lot more optional items in this game than probably originally anticipated. Having a number of starts with having been just under 2 hours to now, at some point, only having 75 minutes to complete, as evidenced by Satora's 1:15 up there. And I'm just really, really happy for the community, having found so many things. And there is possibility of hyper missiles now becoming a thing, but will not be used during this tournament. Hyper missiles is when the missiles shoot at a slightly faster rate than normal. And boost up the shaft here. Break through the front door. Hopefully, let's see, Mizu's able to hold onto speed. Alright, stores it there. Shines picks up the shaft here, and does escape. Would I please give a wonderful big old GG to finishing with 1:41.11, it looked like. The timer's still going. What a race! That was amazing. Absolutely awesome. Let's bring some of our runners in for a little interview here. So, who do we have here? We have Satora and Arcanox. Hello, hello.
Waza.
So how are you guys feeling?
Better than last time, that's for sure.
I think Spin Boost is the worst upgrade of all time. I slightly ever so wish that we could just be faster without a jump upgrade. Personal. I don't know if you were watching the escape. If anyone noticed, I was ping-ponging around under Arc Spark for like 10 seconds because I just could not figure out why Spin Boost was being so bad. So see, here's the funny part. In that segment, in that part right there in the escape, I was getting a wall jump when I wanted a spin boost. Now, hear me out. Like that's okay, right? But at the escape, like at the last room of the game, I wanted to get a wall jump so that I could keep a speed booster all the way to the top. But that time, the game was giving me a spin boost instead of a wall jump. Where is the consistency? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for sorry. This game is very well made. Thank you, Mercury's theme. Yeah, my bad.
Breathe, Satora. Breathe easy.
When something so minor is like the biggest thing you can complain about, it says a lot about how good the game actually is.
It's definitely true.
Honestly.
So that is definitely not toxicity, in my opinion. That is pure passion.
Oh man.
So, Misu, if you'd like to come join in, please do so at any point in time.
Yeah, Mizu is downstairs for now. Seems like. I've also I have finished compiling all of the top 2 average times of every runner that has joined the tournament.
Excellent.
We have 23 runners.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of runners.
That's a good set of runners.
I do think it's still less than any NMG, but considering that it's AB, I figured we'd get less than this, honestly. But no, 23 whole runners.
Mm.
Let's go.
Hello, Misu.
Hello.
What are your thoughts?
Results aren't great, but I'm qualified in the tournament.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, excellent. All right. So, runners, have a few questions for you. For one, what did you find to be most challenging about this run? I'm sure each of you have faced off with your own little challenges.
My answer will be my rant from earlier. That's it. So I'll let anyone else go.
I am still getting used to running without turbo since my controller does not have a board legal frequency. So I'm not used to mashing this much, which it's like it just throws off your mojo, when you're like used to pressing a button and then you have to press a different button. But I'm getting used to it, and I might be able to get a 12 hertz turbo controller before the start of the tournament, which would at least make that a bit better.
Hmm. Amizu?
Not much really.
My movement was better.
Seems like Mizu is just going through the motions.
Yeah.
I think
Must be.
Mizu did post a better time last weekend. Yeah. So looks like it's just a slow day today.
Hmm. I did end up seeing a number of deaths in one of those, that one part in Frozen Artaria, trying to get moved down the slope there, and just kept getting those gassy, burrowing enemies.
The fart worms.
Yeah, the fart worms. There you go. That's a nice way to put it.
There's a substantial amount of deaths today. Someone DM'd me after this qualifier ended. Today was just not a good day for speedruns. I mean, like 4 people DNF'd last race, 1 person DNF'd this race, 1 person could not continue the game in this category last race.
Oh,
Like, there were multiple deaths across both races across many runners. Man.
But we are here for it, like that kind of stuff. That's what fuels us, that makes us go better. We push harder.
It's true.
Was there a moment at all that went surprisingly well for you?
I got 2-shot early cloak, which I was just absolutely not ready for. I've been struggling with that every single time I've attempted it lately, and then I just somehow first tried it.
Yep.
So I like for this one, I wasn't running against my PB splits. I was running against my tournament preparation splits, which were 10 seconds slower at the end. I started really badly, so I was like, all right, I'm strapped in for a solid plus 40 at the end of the run. But I golded like 4 segments in a row mid-game,
Nice.
which took me completely by surprise. So I guess I just needed the beginning of the game to warm up. So I was really like in my own head in the middle of the game. Like, can I bring this back? No, I could not bring it back. Spin boost is great.
For me, it's first try Adam skip, which
Oh,
is
nice.
the same time I incorporate Adam skip into my run.
That's really impressive.
First
I
try?
was like horrible.
Yeah.
First try, Adam. Your first time putting it into a run.
My second time.
Second time. You are in a very small camp of people, if that's true. It might just be your you and yourself alone. That is impressive. That is really impressive.
Very much so. I've seen people struggle and go 30, 40, sometimes 50 times, losing minutes in a run.
I did that on a commentated race. I spent 3.5 minutes trying to do it and then gave up. And I went back and listened to the commentary, and the commentator was like, I think the worst thing Arcanauts could do right now is to give up. And right that moment, I left.
It happens. So that would explain why this run went so much better for you. Definitely explain it.
So, in your opinions, what do you think, or do you feel is something that you could work on for your next run?
Movement. Definitely movement.
For me, I need to figure out why Spin Boost isn't working. I think everything else is actually pretty good. Just need to realize why the walls are such demons. I swear. Also, Frozen Artaria. Frozen Artaria is just disgusting. It's like you would really think that if you came back to Artaria with better upgrades, it would just be pretty easy. But
there's a reason we call it fart.
It is the worst place in history. I don't understand.
And you've been through there a million times. Why is it difficult now?
Exactly. You've practiced that one segment, running through it, all the speed booster tech, all the enemies, avoiding dying. You think you've really cracked it, and then you enter a tournament, and suddenly it's like you're playing like you were a year and a half ago. It's depressing, but it's also like I will destroy this region at some point in my life. I'll be in there, and then by the time the commentator looks at another screen and comes back, I'll be out of there. That's my goal.
In and out, blink and you miss it.
I have to work on taking less damage in the consecutive sections that do not have energy refills, says for Giga afterwards the pot. And the fourth section, there has to be one more.
I don't remember seeing other sections besides those two that were giving you trouble in terms of health, I think. It was definitely those two sections of the game.
I will try to work on those.
Good goals. We have one that's for overall, and we have some that are for particular sections, and one just using an item.
Hey! When you put it that way, I sound stupid. I'm just like, come on.
I didn't mean it to sound that way.
Nah, you're right. I'm being a loser for that one. How is my greatest struggle pressing B button twice? I don't understand.
Double tap. What's that? So anyway, do any of you have a particular goal in mind in your speedrunning journey? And it doesn't have to be with this game. Could be with another one. It doesn't have to be for the tournament either. It could be 10 years from now if it has to come down to that.
I would like to break. This is pretty close to the near future, but I'd like to break like a 123 in this category.
Music?
All I want is to have fun. Is enjoying moving around inside Samus' body.
Always a good goal to have. Just having fun. These are games, after all. And you, Sadora?
So my immediate goal is to win the war against a certain Japanese man across the seas in this category. I fully expect after that war is over, I'll have to fight a different war in any percent. I'm not sure if either of these fights will ever conclude, given how badly I've been playing off tournament. For some reason, my tournament attempts are slightly better in terms of overall quality. But then I don't know. I'll figure something out with how much I want to do with Dread, and then I'm either thinking of going to Super Metroid or Celeste. I'll pick one of the two by coin flip when I'm all done with Dread.
All right,
it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, we've got good goals across the board here. All right, thank you everybody so much for playing. Has anybody? Excuse me. Do any of you have anything you'd like to say before we wrap up here?
Nope.
Shout-outs Justin Zane for having the idea to bring this together in the first place.
Yeah.
Shout-outs all of Speedgaming for helping us get our second tournament, not including the pace tournament for any percent on Speedrun. And then shout-outs to everyone who continues to play this game in speedrunning fashion, because none of this is possible without all of you.
Heck yeah.
But you're all going down still, like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you joined this war, and I'll beat all you down nicely, though. In game, of course. That's all I gotta say. I'm just really thankful that competitive settings like these can exist.
Sure.
It's where I live and breathe.
And so if you guys like to check out our runners today, Satora, Stevo, Misumori, and Arkanox, I just posted a command so you guys can check them out, as well as myself. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and great run. GG's across the board for everybody involved. Thank you all so much for watching Speedgaming. Yeah, you're welcome. I enjoyed doing this. This is a lot of fun. And yeah, so other games that are going on right now on several other channels. We have A Link to the Past randomizer. Looks like Zelda 1 rando. Aria Sorrow randomizer starting up. And the Super Metroid randomizer is going right now. So each of those on Speedgaming, Speedgaming 3, Speedgaming 5, and Speedgaming 4, all respectively. So yeah. So let's close this out, shall we? So thank you everybody so much for watching. Have a wonderful night, day, whatever it is that you're doing. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay speedy. See you next mission.